Hi everybody and welcome to a new training session about Frame VR, eXp.World and eXp.World, all three metaverses. And I just wanted to let you know that we are now starting with a training session of a couple of different training sessions, probably about 8 or 10 training sessions about this topic and how to leverage technology, prop tech, and how to connect all of that to increase your international reach, to increase your automation of your business. And the reason why we're going into training sessions is because every time I was doing these sessions on a Monday, we had people that were joining every single week, and we had also every week some new people, and there was a little bit of a difficult combination between the two because I could not grow into the the training session, and I hope that I can do this now, and we will upload this as a series as well. So maybe a little bit confusing for you guys what eXp.World is compared to eXp.World and FrameVR.io. Well, eXp.World is basically what we are using for internal use, for educational programs, for support, and for all of that, which is a downloadable software for which you need to be installing, for which you need to install it on your PC. eXp.World and FrameVR are open source platform where you can just get access if you have the link or if you have the URL, so you can get access into your FrameVR or eXp.World environment. Now, what is the difference between eXp.World and FrameVR.io? Well, there's actually no difference, with the only different angle that eXp.World is also for internal use, because we don't have the limitations. Let me show you a little bit, a couple of things here. This is a Frame VR. Sorry, we're here. This is the FrameVR.io. This is an environment that I've built last year. It's been a while that I've been into this metaverse because I actually don't use it that much. And the reason why, if I really renew this, you'll actually be able to see what the difference is. So here it's loading, framevr.io. And the first thing that pops up is actually you want to connect, you want to get access to it. And you see here that there's 8 spots left. That means that if you use framevr.io, you will bump into a certain limitation that you can only build 3 environments and that you can only get 8 people all at once in this environment. Yeah, and this is a difference between eXp.World because eXp.World has no limitations. You can have 300 people, and I can actually show you this as well. Let me just refresh this here. Waiting. There's a couple of things open, different metaverses and Google Meet. So this is also not a recording or something. This is a recording, but this is not a live session. So you can see here 299 spots left. That means that there is someone in here as well. Yeah, so if I connect here, we have still 299 people or 298 people to come and join here as well. Yeah, so I connect on that. Now the difference, sorry, that's a bit of feedback there because I have it actually open on my phone to show you something later. So the difference between FrameVR.io, as I mentioned, I'm just gonna close this one here. There. FrameVR.io, why do we have two different things? Well, actually, they're 100% the same. FrameVR.io is also a testing a testing metaverse where they, if something works in a new development, and trust me, they're developing a lot of new functionalities into the space. It is actually sort of a test where we then also implement it in eXp.World. So this is how it looks. This is one of the environments. And you, for FrameVR, you actually have a subscription model as well, where you have no limitations or less limitations. If you pay $50, then you can get, I think, 50 spots. If you pay $100, you can have unlimited amount of frames, but 100 people all at once. And this is also an opportunity for you as a real estate agent with EXP, because now you can have another revenue stream, meaning the location independency is something that is highly in demand, and has been growing a lot since COVID, where a lot of the employers are saying, yeah, you can work from home to mitigate the risk of infections, etc. But now also they lost quite a bit of control over their staff of what they're doing at home. So now this is a system where you can now also sell this software to other industries, other businesses, and basically make a revenue share model with EXP. So if I show you here, this is, if you can see it on my screen, you see that it's framevr.io, subscribe via Michiel. So this is basically an affiliate link, and it's also one of the other reasons why Frame VR or a metaverse like this is very interesting, because you have actually multiple um, uh, uh, um, affiliate links. So basically, a lot of other revenue streams where you can, where you can benefit your business with. Yeah. So you can see here, make your metaverse, frame name, modern gallery. So claim my frame. You can just say something like. I am of GQ magazine, for example, then you say GQ is a new client, and then it will automate and it will show via this link that this client comes through me. And every single month that they are paying this for a service, I will get 40% of the revenue, meaning that if they are paying $100, I will get $40 in my bank account every single month, obviously into the exchange rate with the South African rand. So that means it's about 750 or 700 rand at the moment. I think I need to check what the exchange rate is, but it won't be too far off. Um, so this is actually quite nice to actually have another revenue stream, and there's so many more that I want to tell you about. So this training session is going to be, about 8 to 10 training sessions, and I will show you a couple of different systems with immersive marketing, how to leverage the metaverse, how to leverage virtual tours, how to do data capturing for you to understand your ideal client for a specific property, but now also to show sellers what your value could be, and from an international perspective. But it's also a killer reporting tool where you can now also show sellers how your his property is performing on the market, and to assess what we can do from a change in strategy for lead generation, and also to a more efficient and cost effective way to generate leads. And I'll also touch base a bit on PropCon, because I also built my system on PropCon and my website on PropCon, and I do believe that they have the best system in place to actually, if you go to my website that I launched here about 3 weeks ago, you can see that I have some integrations of immersive experiences like the iTour one here, where you can literally walk around this property from, there you go, you can walk around the property here in my website like this. You can zoom out, you can look at the ceiling, you can look at the lamps and the lights and the floors. Oh, sorry. And you can also zoom out. You can also zoom out and browse around the property like this as well. But the same thing counts for eXp.World, where I have literally embedded it in my website, which is quite phenomenal. And also from the development perspectives, quite nice, because this is definitely something they're looking at, and helps you to actually get good leads and good listings in as well. Yeah. So this is what I like a lot here, is that you can basically use it as if you have it in your browser, and and leverage this for your marketing. So yeah, let us change the game together and secure a bigger market share of the future in real estate. This is what this is all about. And even though that we are still in a very early stage from a technology perspective, and from an adaptation of technology in the market, this is definitely something that is coming on very quickly. And I believe in the next few years, we will see this more as a standard as well, especially if we can link these kind of systems to additional immersive experiences like this, for example. Yeah. So just all the metaverse is basically a funnel. Yeah. So how do you set things up? It is really very easy. And I'm just gonna go now because I'm logged in now with my EXP Realty email address. But let me just show you how easy it is via my other browser of Belker Investments, which is my property investment company as well. So I just go to eXp.World, and if I go there like this, I will arrive in eXp.World/welcome because I am not logged in. And this is basically the landing page of eXp.World, where we can now connect. And you will see that I'm not logged in because if I do Control V, you can actually see yourself. You click on the left hand of the mouse, and then you can move your mouse, and then basically you can look up and down without actually having to move. If I do Control V again, I have the normal mode as well. Yeah. On the three dots on the right top, that's where basically where all your menu is. Everything that you want to do within your menu of your exp.world, you can do that there. So you just find a button here, sign in with exp. You click on it, and because you have an EXP South Africa email address, you will be able to log into exp.world. If you do it with your Gmail account, it's not gonna work. Then you will have to go through framevr.io. So everybody that's outside of EXP, send them to framevr.io. If you want to have an affiliate link where you know people that want to sign up on that, get in touch with me. You can find me on work chat as well, or Michiel.DeVogeleer at expsouthafrica.co.za. And then you can, I will help you to get your affiliate link going, which is basically just filling a little form and everything will be set for you. Yeah. So fill in your EXP South Africa email address here, and then you will basically arrive just the same way as I am here. And there will be 10 steps for you to implement to learn a little bit about how you can move around, how you can set things up, etc., etc. Yeah. So if you look at this and you want to set up your avatar because you won't have an avatar yet, you have to customize it. You basically click on the right top three dots again, or three stripes rather, and you click on profile. And now you can set your picture, you can set your name tag. I can actually put it, I don't know if you can put spaces here, Michiel.DeVogeleer. Um, anyway, it's a bit less important, and you have a couple of different settings that you can do here as well. So take a look at it. Here is double click to move enabled. Set in Lotus Fair pose when available. So there's quite a bit of stuff that you can do that they have added, which I actually didn't see yet before, like the Lotus position. Um, yeah, so you can just have a look at that, but the default settings are perfectly fine. You can put your LinkedIn URL. I actually should do that. Let me do that later. That connects you with all your social media channels. So once you click on customize avatar again there on the top right, you can, just like any other metaverse or like eXp.World, you can just change your hairstyle, you can change your facial shape, etc., etc. You can do all your hairstyles, you can choose your clothing, your color of your clothing, etc. So it's a very straightforward, it's really there to make your life a lot easier. Just as you know, technology is to travel through space and time more easier, and this is exactly what in a more efficient way, and this is exactly what a metaverse is, because now you are in seconds. If you have um, internet, you are connected with the whole world 24/7. Yeah. To give you a bit of an idea, this is my office here, this is my business suite, and this is here my office. I just see that this little asset is just floating still a little bit. So what I do, oh, there you go. I can click on it, and I'll show you that later how we do that. But it's basically super easy. Yeah, there. Just put it on there here, ups a little bit larger, and then I'll lock the position. There you go. That's that's pretty good. And I just lock position and that's it. All right, now I go out of edit mode. So this is my virtual office space where I connect a lot of my team members. I connect a lot of partners that I have, such as currency partners, ICO 360s, Propcon, Frame VR, Manage Air. Keith is here, Marvin is here, Johan is here as well. You're not in my team, but definitely someone that I like to collaborate with for quite a bit, flow living, etc. So there's a lot of potential here, and all of these partners that I put here have an affiliate link where I can actually make money upon. So that's pretty good. Also have Balker Investments here, which is my investment property company, where you also have great stuff to for investment opportunities. Yeah. Um, all right. So let me show you how you move around, and then we will finalize this. So you can let me show you here. I'll just put a new maintain. There we go. So if you want to move around, there's three ways how you can move around. Um, All right, so there's three ways how you move around. The one way is, with a VR goggle that you put on your head, and this is literally what the metaverse is all about. It is to, to have the immersive experience. So once you have your, for example, the Vision Pro of Apple, it's gonna cost quite a bit of money, but in the end of the day, for you, it's less important. As long as they have it overseas, they can afford it, but also it's more important for them to have the immersive experience than for you. They will be looking up, looking down, looking left, looking right, move around with their controllers and be able to walk in your property just as if they are there walking in reality. Yeah. Now we have it also here on the phone, and I'll show you it here because it's a little bit difficult to show you uh, in the that I can see. So you can just you see this blue dot there. You can move around here, and then you can basically uh, go into your property or your metaverse basically, and you can also scroll and look around like that. And in the metaverse on the laptop, it's there's two ways to go about it. Yeah, whether you use the arrows, put myself like that maybe, uh, use the arrows, so you can basically. All right, so if you go forward, it's basically the up arrow, the backwards, the down arrow. Rotate left is left, and rotate right is right. Yeah, so that's very easy. But the easier way to go about it is basically QWE, and it comes from also from the gaming industry. W is forward, S is backwards, A is turn left, D is turn right, but Q is transfers left, E is transfer right, and then we can make a little dance up, and then it's just like that, So it's quite easy. If you want to walk faster, then you just hold shift in and you're gonna see that I go faster all of a sudden. Yeah, it's pretty fast, and this is slow. This is fast, this is slow. And there's one other way which is quite handy to do as well. If you double click, and that's what you actually saw here on my profile here, or it says that I want to double click to move enable. Double click on the floor. And just close this maybe. We do a double click on the floor. There. Why is it not working in my other one? It's working. Oh, enabled. Yeah, so there we go. And for some reason in this one, let me just go to another one, and because it was working just before now, maybe just a setting that I have to overlook, that I overlooked. So this is another environment of myself here, which is more used for all my listings. Yeah. And now I just need to wait because we have quite a bit of stuff open here. Maybe I close these frames here. there. It is quite heavy if you have a lot of assets in this, so it's always better to have a bit of a. There you go. Now it's gonna go a bit faster. Closed a couple of my other metaverses. So we connect here, and then for example, if you want to move forward, you double click and you see that the blue dot running standing there. That's literally where you're gonna land. So double click on it, um, and you will move to that space. Yeah, and you can do it pretty far as well. You can even fly here as well. So yeah, you see, this is my listing metaverse, and the reason why I just wanted to show you this as well, because all these listings that you see here are, all of them are basically virtual tours. So if you click on this, for example, it opens up, and now you go further into a other kind of virtual tour. You can also have a look here. You can browse there. You can zoom in. You can zoom out, and this is also integrated in the website. Like I say here, is the same thing in this one. So it's all connected to each other, and that's where we also collect all the data from, which is obviously the most important thing for us in this time and day, because we want ultimately to have the data to have informed decisions about what we want to do. All right. So thank you so much for the first session, and we will talk later in the next one a little bit more how to set up your frame, how to set the settings correctly, how to link different frames to each other so that you can travel into each other as well. So for example, you can see that I have a couple here, but actually I have so many more as well. Yeah, so I can actually go to home, and then you can see actually that I have quite a bit of different frames. A lot of them have been used for training as well, but it's very important to have a couple of different things. If you focus on joining, on team building, you can have like a join me. You can have something for developments. You can have something for your team or for your partners, etc., etc. Yeah. Cool. So thank you so much for joining, and yeah, see you next time. Ciao, ciao.